Hello, good morning. I just kind of wanted to capture in a video what I typically do after waking up, at least since, I don't know, 2007 maybe longer than that. But I don't do it every day, but mostly. And what it is I make coffee. But just to keep this kind of tarot related, this is stretching, huh? I thought I'd throw in some candles, of course, and then show some decks I intend to show soon. Like that's the Rosetta Tarot. And I think after the True Black, it seems appropriate to show the White Sage Tarot. Comes in a 10. The Morgan's Tarot, the Practical Tarot Wisdom. That's like a beginner deck for learning. The cards are split in half. You got the usual Rider-Waite-Smith, and then you got Words to the Side. I think that's by Arlen Lynch. I don't watch her channel very much, but I've seen her. She's a big name, I guess. The Classic Tarot, I can't remember the name of it, El Minigalo, but it's basically looks like Hokusai. Tarot of Hokusai, yeah. And I thought I would really like that in terms of the artwork, but it's okay. It's not what I expected exactly, but that's okay. Their stuff's expensive and kind of hard to get. The Fool's Wisdom, I want to show that. And then Messages from the Light, meditation deck. I'm not sure about the light dark thing, but anyway, let's get to what the recent gift was. For years and years, I used these two things to make coffee. This is really cheap, called a Proctor Silex. I guess they're kettles, really, because they're kind of all in one. Sorry about the dirt. It's really not dirty inside, just on the outside. And it's been in the cabinet for a couple months, so but you can see the heating things down there. And these work great. You know, you flip it, it lights up, turns itself off. So in a way, it's kind of smarter than the new fancy one. But I think I got it at like a drugstore for like $5. I've had several of these over the years. The kids would make ramen noodles in them, which kind of ruins it for coffee. And they're still on Amazon, I believe. I also had this for like you put a filter in here and then put it on your cup and the coffee drains into it, right? A Melita. I can't remember the name or pronounce it correctly. But that all works great. But recently I got this gift. Thank you. And it's wicked looking, I think. First, here's the strainer thing where you put the filter in. And put it on top of your cup. And then the water filters through the coffee. But here's the thing. That's glass. I think I've seen porcelain ones, and it looks fragile to me, but so far it hasn't been. I've dropped it a couple times. And it has this weird, this is all one piece, but it's jammed into this plastic piece. And I guess it could have just been all one piece of glass. I don't know, maybe it's too hard to do or something. I'm not sure. But here's the thing that came. I'm going to flip on a switch and you'll see, you should see something right here. I guess it's its brand name come up. Fellow or something came up there. But it's this wicked little kettle, which is really the same as the Proctor Silex, but and kind of appropriate after showing that True Black deck, because this is definitely True Black. Look at that. Black was, this is, yeah, Fellow. I don't know where it's made. China. Got a cool little lid on it with holes for steam to come out. If you look on the bottom, you'll see a mirror. So you can make your coffee and kind of scry a little bit, or at least check your look. There I am, kind of. So let's put that on there. And first thing I do, this is probably the wrong order, but it doesn't matter for this, because I'd also do exercises at the same time, but I'll spare you that. Okay, pour your water in there. I always use bottled water because one, it's not going to have all that white dusty, powdery stuff that's typically in city water. What is it? Chlorine, fluoride, whatever it is. So let's get that going because that takes a little bit. And once you read through the instructions and make it Fahrenheit or Celsius, is it Celsius? Yeah, Celsius, whatever it is. You can have the thing keep a certain temperature because obviously it can hold more than one little bottle of water. And then you just set it up, and around here it starts boiling. I think it's 207. And you press this button here, and the name comes up again, and it tells you what temperature it's at now. Or did it? I think it switched to Celsius because I unplugged it. Rats. Oh well. So let's go ahead and make a filter. These come out very pointy, unlike the other kind over here where you can see that has a flatter bottom. Like it's wider, flatter. This comes to a point, which is different and kind of restricts what cups I can use because once you see it there, and once it gets wet, it starts to come down and it'll dip into the cup. But this mug here, it's not going to dip into that. And I use whatever. Sometimes I grind beans myself, drive hours away to get them because there's nothing like that around here. But I just get this at the grocery stores. It's the blonde coffee from Starbucks. I assume it has more fun, just like all blondes. Maybe not. So let's put some of that in there. And you can see that I put too much, but that's okay. I just have this one, what I think is about 12 ounces of water in the end. And too much coffee with it. There. You can hear it starting to boil maybe. I shut up, the dog starts barking, and cars stop driving by. Then I kind of press it in there. You can definitely feel the point. So it would be at this point that I'd be doing push-ups or lots of stretches at my age. Definitely stretches do help, but I'm no athlete. I'm just waiting for the steam to come out. Now this here is the cutting board that I do have it on in the kitchen. This hot chili pepper cutting board. I got it for some bizarre restaurant around here back when I went to restaurants. And she's a talker. But she has all these things, like I guess she's gotten used to people coming off the highway looking for some place to eat. And they find hers because she's on the internet. She's not open very much though. But she sells all these things off to the side. I got this big, what is it, pterodactyl that you put together from what looks like popsicle sticks. The darn thing kind of flew. She's got bizarre gifts. It's like the outside of the restaurant is these little cubby holes that are filled with gift items and clothing. It's bizarre. As you can see, I think. Trying to see if it shows up on the computer. I think you can see it's boiling. So it's not smart. It won't turn itself off like that one. But I think it does stop the boiling and then try to keep a temperature. There's some setting you make. I haven't made it. So let's turn it off. And then we'll do the pour. Hopefully not pour on any of these decks. And it comes with this little tip, which I've never known before or never did. You're supposed to let your coffee grounds bloom, which I think just means that you put some water in, let it sit there for a minute, and it kind of puffs up, and then quote unquote it's ready to absorb more water. So let's go ahead. You can see, I think they even have one of these. I'm not sure where she got it. I am sure it's way too expensive. Move that out of the way. But they have one that has that long, like for tea, I think, where the neck comes up. I guess it's for coffee as well. Some people think you should pour water over your coffee in that slow, specific kind of way. I'm not, I'm not exactly a coffee snob. A lot of times I just will go to McDonald's and go through the drive-through and get it with like 7 creams, 8 creams. I think one time the lady says, "You don't like me very much, do you?" And I said, "Sure. Well, why not?" She says, "You're making me punch that little cream button like 12 times. It doesn't seem like a lot of work, but I guess in a drive-through situation, maybe it is. And you don't get much cream, that's why I say a big number. But most of the time I don't want cream in it anyway. So I won't make you sit through the entire filtering process. I guess I'll leave the lid on. At this point, normally I take the lid off. I don't think it'll fall off. There we go. So a pot of coffee has been made, at least the new way, in this wicked as in nice looking kettle, for lack of a better word. So with that, I will say peace.